Welcome to my Nexomon review. Kanan here, thank you for joining me. Why not hit that like and subscribe buttons to keep yourself up to date with all my latest content. And with the boring bits out of the way, or at least I think, let's get on with the gameplay. So, Nexomon kind of sounds a bit like Pokemon, and for probably good reason, as it's Pokemon but the old school top-down type look, before it became all fancy schmancy, and there's still room for that sort of game because I still enjoy that sort of game. And so, story-wise, well, it's half decent, and does just enough to justify, well, basically what the game is about. But realistically, the bare bones of the story is you have to defeat town overseers, and these are kind of like the elite Nexomon trainers, and you're trying to defeat enough of them so that you can go against the Nexolord, the big powerful bad guy in this game. Now, you won't exactly be doing all this on your own. You will have like your sidekick, which is kind of a robot helper. And he kind of like helps and guides you by speaking to you and giving you like information and the like. Now, anyone that's played a Pokemon game in their life or knows about Pokemon games should be, well, feeling at home here, or at least have a slight understanding how this is going to go. So apart from taking on these town overseers one by one and also getting to that Nexolord, you'll be wanting to build your own Nexomon team. And this is done by finding the actual creatures, which are strewn everywhere within the actual game, and quite simply anywhere that you can see grass shuffling about, well, there you go and get your Nexomon by battling it, and you could either defeat them or trap them. Now, if you haven't got one, it's worth a trap. But I will say that there's no, and I mean zero, skill in trapping these, which sounds really odd and feels really odd, as I immediately went into knocking their health down in order to capture them, but later on discovered this doesn't make any difference whatsoever. It's purely by chance, which is so weird, and I don't know why. And this is more painful when you're trying to get something that you haven't got and the game just doesn't let you capture it. But eventually you'll be wanting to build up an actual team that you can utilize in the fights. And these fights will be, well, either against other Nexomons, against other trainers that you will discover as you're going about your business, and again right up to those town overseers and eventually the Nexolord. Each battle that you have will provide XP for winning the battle, and basically it levels the characters up and you eventually get more powers for those Nexomon. And just like a lot of games in this genre, they all have different like elements that are weaker against others, like grass is weak to fire and so on and so on. And you also get the obligatory healing items and buff items also that you can use during battle. I found the game to actually be quite amusing, and it also breaks the fourth wall quite a few times. It knows what it is, it knows what it's a clone about or of, and it also pokes fun at that, which to me is pretty cool. The battling is done, well, as you'd expect, in a turn-based way where you get to use the actual powers of the Nexomon and you visually see kind of the attacks. It is a somewhat more low-key and kind of less impressive type visually whilst you're actually battling, but you kind of expect that considering Pokemon is what, a £50 game and this is what, a $7.99 game, so yeah, you'd expect some differences here and there. And as I mentioned before, you can also heal whilst battling and buff and debuff in battle as well, and also swap those Pokemon in and out depending on who you're fighting. Graphically, whilst not stunning, I felt like they captured the whole sort of like original old school top down type feel really well. And also, as mentioned before, that humour running through the game was really appreciated. As for the audio, again, it's definitely what I expected from the game. The good. For the price, there's plenty here. it's really captured that, well, Pokemon feeling. And definitely, if you can't afford the actual full price Pokemon, this is definitely going to scratch that itch for you. The bad, the lack of any skill when you're actually capturing Pokemon is, I can't see why they did that. At least do sort of like dropping the health of the Nexomon a little bit before you can capture them. At least it gives you something to try and strive for, or at least that risk reward of trying to take down the energy just that much so that you can actually capture it, but not too much that you defeat it. And just in case you are wondering at any point about the score, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. I really did enjoy this game. I am still enjoying this game. And I think it's priced really, really well as well. And if you've got any thoughts on Nexomon, please leave them down in the comments. And as for my alternative, I'm going to be, weirdly enough, suggesting Nexomon Extinction. It's a little bit more pricey, but I'm pretty sure, as it seems to be the same type of game but with a different story and obviously different things in the game, and I would think that I'm pretty sure in saying that if you enjoy Nexomon, you'd probably enjoy Nexomon Extinction. And if anyone's played that one, please leave it down in the comments, let us know actually what it's like. And now I think I'm going to ask you to hit that like and subscribe button, because it'll keep you up to date on all my latest content. And also, come and join us in our community Discord. Bring the conversation from here to over there, because life is better when we switch together.